Hey guys, so this is going to be my Best in Beauty 2014 video. My favorite products of the year that either were new or things that were new to me that I had never tried before. I'm not going to be able to hit every single category because there's just too much. As a matter of fact, I think that there might be too much on the table in front of me already. So if I left out a category, it's because there really wasn't anything that stood out to me in that category that I really loved. I mean, a lot of times you use things and you haven't found your holy grail product yet. So if I left out the category, it's because I haven't found anything yet in that category that I love. So let's get right into it because I'm sure I'm gonna start talking about each thing too much and then the video's gonna go on too long. I'm gonna show them in the order that I use them in. So the very first thing I always do when I sit down to do my makeup is put on lip balm, and that way it gives my lips a chance to really have it sink in before I get to my normal lip product that I would use at the end. So for lip balm, EOS, and it has been EOS for a long time. I love these, they're amazing. I've done multiple videos on them. They're affordable, they're all natural, they don't have any harmful ingredients in them. They come in tons of awesome flavors and you just can't beat them. The only thing that I don't like about them is that egg shape because it kind of goes all over the place. It goes beyond your lips when you're trying to put it on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use up the ones that I have, because when I first discovered these I just went crazy and I bought so many of them, and then every time they released more flavors I would go out and buy those. People were giving them to me as gifts because they knew I love them. So I have had, you know, a surplus of EOS lip balms for a long time now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use up everything that I have, and I've pretty much used them all now except I have two more to get through. But when those are gone, what I'm going to do is, oh, and a lot of people don't even realize this, that the EOS lip balm also comes in stick form. So I just feel like that would be more practical because then it doesn't just go all over the place and you have more control over it, and it's just not as messy. I mean, these are adorable. I mean, they're beyond cute, but I think that I would rather get the stick form ones. I hope that they're going to be as easy to find as the egg-shaped ones, but we'll see. I think those only come in 3 flavors, but the 3 flavors that they do come in seem like they would be good. If you've ever tried EOS in stick lip balm form, let me know if you like it as much as the egg-shaped kind. Okay, next is going to be face primer. This is just something that I've started using recently, this particular one anyway. I have some issues with redness with my skin. It's much better than it used to be because I've lost weight, so my blood pressure has gone down, so I don't have as much red in my face anymore that I'm trying to cover up. But I still have some, and I like to try to reduce that because it can really affect the way your finished makeup look it becomes. So I've been using the new Maybelline Master Prime by Face Studio, and this is for blur and redness control. I know some of you wanted to see a video specifically on this, but to be honest with you, I don't feel like I'd be able to do a video justice on this because when I don't have makeup on and you can see what I have for redness, and then I put this on, you're not going to really be able to see that much of a difference because I don't have that much redness anymore to cover up. So I feel like I wish I had had this product when I had more redness in my face. I used to use the L'Oreal one, and I did do a video about that. And I demonstrated in that video, here it is here, L'Oreal Magic Anti-Redness. I demonstrated in that video, you can really see the difference when I started with the amount of redness in my face and then what it looked like after I put this on. And L'Oreal and Maybelline are owned by the same company. I mean, L'Oreal owns Maybelline, so there's a lot of the same things in both products. The only difference is the Maybelline one has got a blur factor to it, so it sort of makes your skin look as ideal as possible. It like evens out any pigmentation issues that you might have. You know how sometimes on your skin it's a little bit lighter and darker in other areas? Well, this sort of helps with that issue in addition to the redness factor. But I just don't feel like if I did a video you'd be able to see that. So that's basically everything that you need to know about it right there in a nutshell without having to do a video. But the Maybelline is much more affordable than the L'Oreal, so... And also the Maybelline is in a squeezy tube instead of a pump. With a pump, you know, you get how much you pump out, but with a squeezy tube, you can control how much you want to use. So I really do like that Maybelline primer though. I should go back to using the L'Oreal one though, just to use it up, not to waste it. Speaking of L'Oreal, for foundation, I would say my favorite foundation that I used all year, and I did use quite a few different ones, but my favorite one that was new to me, it's not a new product on the market, but it was new to me, and that's the L'Oreal True Match Lumi. I do really like just the regular L'Oreal True Match, and I did use that a lot this year. I went through 2 bottles of it because I was trying to find like the perfect color for me, so I was mixing 2 different shades. But this is an awesome foundation. It gives me good coverage, and I love that it's in the pump. It pumps out. The pump on this, you have a lot of control over how much comes out of it. You know, depending on how much you push down, you can get a smaller or a larger amount. So it's a really nice pump on this. The only thing that I don't like about this is if you have light skin, they don't have as many options for the shade range. I wear N1 to 2, which is soft ivory / classic ivory, because they don't have a C1 or C2 in this foundation for some reason. It starts at C3, I believe, and so I have to wear the N1, N2, but actually the color match is pretty good, but it's just a little bit darker, and I really wish that they had like a C1 or a C2 in this so I could use that instead. But so N1, N2 is the best I can do, I guess, until they rectify that problem, which, you know, they probably never will. If they don't have one now, they probably never will. But this gives you a very luminous finish, whereas the regular True Match is more flat and matte looking with the finish, but this is more luminous, and I like that. I like that type of finish. Face contour. I've tried a lot of different things for contouring my face, but I always come back to this. This is MAC Taupe Blush, and I don't know if you can get this at counters or even stores for that matter, because I think it was sort of like a specialty thing, but I'm almost certain that you can at the very least get it on MAC's website. But this is my perfect contour. What your perfect contour is going to be is going to depend, of course, on your skin, the color, the tone. If you happen to look like me and you have cool toned light skin, then you might want to give this a shot, because this is my perfect contour, MAC Taupe Blush. Speaking of blush, I have discovered this year that whenever I wear a blush that is not pink, it looks totally fake on me. I've just reached the conclusion that pink blush is the only thing that looks natural and doesn't look crazy on me. I have tried so many times to wear peach and coral blushes, but whenever I do, I just don't like the way they look on me, which is unfortunate because this is the year that I have ventured way into warm eyeshadows. So when I wear warm eyeshadows and then I wear a pink blush, it doesn't always look so great. but sometimes I just do it anyway because I just don't like warm blushes on my skin. So the blush that I reach for 99% of the time is in this palette. This is the CityColor Sun-Kissed Trio, and it's the palette Morning Glow. I found this at Five Below, which is a chain store where everything is $5 and below. And so it's one of those big giant palettes, and you get a blush, a bronzer, and a highlight. The gold highlight, if you put your brush in an area where the overspray is gone, is actually pretty nice for a gold highlight, because I'm not really a highlight person. I try sometimes to use highlighters, but I just don't, I don't know, I just don't like them. I don't like the way highlighter looks on me, and I know which color highlights look best on me. I look best like with a pink highlight to go with my pink blush that I normally use. And I do have some that I really like, but I'm just not a highlighter person. I just don't like the way it looks on. I don't know. And as far as the bronzer in this palette, this is a really nice bronzer, but I'm not really a bronzer person either. I try to use it now and then, but most of the time I don't use it. I don't know. I think it's because I'm so fair that whenever I put bronzer on my skin, again, it just looks fake to me and it doesn't look natural. And because my skin is cool tone, bronzer and I don't know. I use it sometimes, but not often. But I pretty much use this blush every single day. I just reach for it all the time because to me, it's like the perfect shade of pink for my skin. It just gives me that flush of color that looks totally natural. And let me swatch it for you so you can just see what it looks like swatched. I mean, there's lots of blushes out there that look like this, but there's something about this one. The texture, the color, the depth of the color, the way it applies on my brush. It's so pretty. I just love it so much. And fortunately, there's a lot in this palette, so I don't think I'll be going through it anytime soon, but that is a gorgeous pink blush. And you know, you get a bronzer and a highlighter if you want to use them for $5. There is another palette that has, I think it has a peach blush and a different shade of bronzer, and I forget now what color highlighter you get with that. I don't even remember. I think it's, you know what, I'm not even gonna guess because I'd probably be wrong. But this is the Morning Glow palette, and that's my favorite blush, definitely. Now, if I feel like something different, if I want something warmer, the only other blush that I reach for is Benefit Rockateur. This is a rose gold blush, and this is gorgeous. Gorgeous. And it's more of a warmer blush, and you know, it's rose gold. So let me try to swatch that there. It's very, very subtle. You can barely see it on me, and I have light skin, so I wouldn't recommend this blush for anybody that didn't have light skin because it's not really that pigmented, but if you have light skin, it's really, really pretty. And I like it a lot. That's the only other thing that I really reach for other than the CityColor one. I try to use, you know, different blushes sometimes, but sometimes you find yourself reaching for the same thing over and over again. All right, let's move along. Eyeshadow primer. I've tried a ton of them, and really the only thing that cancels out my redness and veining and goes on over any eyeshadow flawlessly is my MAC Painterly Paint Pot. This is the thing that no matter how many eyeshadow primers I try, this is what I always come back to. It's just a creamy nude eyeshadow. Now, this wouldn't work if you had oily eyelids. This is great if you have dry eyelids. It just works. Every eyeshadow goes on so nice over this. Now, I have, like I said, cool toned light skin, so this is perfect for me. If you have warm toned skin, try the soft ochre. That's going to be your best option. And if you don't have light, I would say light to medium skin with the soft ochre, and this would be fine for light to medium skin, cool tone, or even neutral, this would work. If you have dark skin, I would try either Groundwork or Quite Natural would probably be the ones you would want to go for. And there is one even deeper if you have extremely dark skin. What is the name of that one? I think it begins with a C. Off the top of my head, I can't remember. But they have, what my point is, they have lots of options that you can try. But I wouldn't use this if you have oily eyelids, because that's not going to work for you. You'd be better off with something like Urban Decay Primer Potion or Too Faced Shadow Insurance, or, you know, traditional eyeshadow primers that combat the oils. But I don't have that issue. My skin is dry. Okay, moving along. Speaking of eyeshadows, I'm an eyeshadow person. I love eyeshadows, and lately I've been more of a lip person, which I don't know what's going on with that, but I think it depends on what you've made for discoveries with products. But when it comes to eyeshadows, my favorite eyeshadows right now are my ColourPop ones. I am so in love with this product, and it's only $5. I would, if somebody said, you know, okay, you can only keep one brand of your eyeshadows, right now it'd be the ColourPop ones. I just love them. And I initially started with the metallic ones, then I tried the satin ones, and I have to say I don't really like the satin ones as much as I do the metallic ones. I realized that the reason why I like the ColourPop eyeshadows so much is because they are glittery and sparkly, but it's so finely milled that it's not that awful chunky glitter that some eyeshadows have. It goes on really smoothly, and you can build these eyeshadows up, because sometimes when you first put them on, you can't really see the shimmer, and you have to build it just slowly, layer after layer. I use my fingers to apply these. You know, a lot of people aren't comfortable with that, but I really feel like that's the best way to apply them, and just put layer upon layer until you get the intensity that you want, because everyone's going to want different levels of intensity. It's just, you know, your own personal preference. So they come in lots of different colors. Today I have on Bay. Bay is a metallic duochrome, and it's got a lot of different colors going on. They describe it as a rich eggplant purple, and as being a duochrome. So it's like, it's all different colors. It's so many different colors, and that's all I have on today. I know it looks like I have probably 3 different eyeshadows on, but I don't. So this is Bay, and yeah, these eyeshadows are amazing. I've talked about them a lot, so I probably shouldn't say any more, otherwise you'll be bored. But those are my favorite eyeshadows in the whole world. Now, the other 2 eyeshadows that no way could I leave them out is, I tried my very first Dior Fusion Mono eyeshadow this year. I only have the one because they're extremely expensive, but I also really, really love this. This is a cream to powder finish, and it is absolutely gorgeous. The one that I have is Millennium, and it's an olive color, but it also has like gold shimmer running through it, and it's just gorgeous. I love this, and I've worn it in multiple videos, and if money was no object, I would definitely buy more of these, but it's expensive. Now, something that is kind of similar to this, except it's matte, is something that I talked about recently, and that is the Catrice matte eyeshadows. When you run your finger over these, they feel sort of like those Dior Mono Fusion eyeshadows, except these are matte. But these are wonderful. These are the same price point as the ColourPop. I think they're around $5, but they are gorgeous. My favorite ones that I have are the green and the gray. And my friend June was kind enough to send these to me. and they're amazing. They're amazing. So if you live in a country where you can get Catrice, I would say definitely, you know, take a trip to the drugstore, because this is a drugstore eyeshadow and you need to try these. But don't buy them on eBay or Amazon and pay those crazy prices that they're asking, because, you know, these are drugstore eyeshadows, so don't get ripped off. But these are wonderful. I really, really love these. Best thing Catrice has done yet, and Catrice has done a lot of great things. I also have to shout out my workhorse MAC eyeshadows, because whenever I'm trying to put a look together, I have more MAC eyeshadows than I do anything else. So if there's a certain color that I need, I know I can go and look in there and we'll probably find it. Also, this year I tried the Makeup Geek eyeshadows, which are very similar to MAC and they're less expensive. She doesn't have quite the color range that MAC does, but if she continues to be successful, she probably will eventually. But yeah, the Makeup Geek eyeshadows are really, really nice. Less expensive than MAC, but very similar in terms of texture, colors. They're very good. So I would recommend all those eyeshadows that I just talked about. Okay, what's next? Let's talk about eyeliners. The eyeliner that I discovered this year, and I think it came out this year, is the Maybelline Master Kajal Cream Kohl Eyeliner. They come in 4 colors. I have all 4. Today was the first day that I finally got around to using the navy one, but it's really not navy, it's more just like a bright blue. But let me take the caps off so you can see what these look like. You can see how much I've used of that one, but they come in 4 different shades. Come on, here we go. They come in 4 different shades. They come in black, gray, brown, and blue. And I love these because the way I like to wear eyeliner is I like to tightline, which is like your upper waterline. And I also like to go right along the lash line. Not on the waterline and not underneath, just right in that lash line. That's the way I like to wear eyeliner. I think that's the way it looks best on me. I know that, you know, the popular thing right now is the big cat eye, you know what I'm talking about. That's just not my thing. You have to do what you think looks best on you. So these are perfect for tight lining. They're so easy to use. I mean, you've seen, if you have watched my channel, you've seen the way I apply my eyeliner and it just goes on easily, no problem. These are wonderful. Don't know how long they're gonna last, but they seem to be working out so far, so good. Love these, can't recommend them enough. Mascara. Found my all-time greatest mascara ever in the month of December. It's the brand new Wet n Wild Max Volume Plus. I think I did a video all about this, so it's amazing. It's like $5 and it's wonderful. Doesn't clump, makes your lashes, you get length, you get volume, you can put up as much as you want on. It comes off easy at the end of the day. It's fantastic. I love it. I think I did a video all about that. Brows. Forever 21 Love and Beauty is what they call their cosmetics. Retractable eyebrow pencil. I use the one in gray. This is amazing. It's only $2.80. It goes on like a dream. It makes it so easy to do your brows. It's just a pencil, but it's a nice soft silky pencil. And you know, depending on how much intensity you want, you just press down harder if you want more intensity, but it goes on very pigmented. Flip it over, run the spoolie that's on the other end through your brows, you're done. It's easy. This is awesome. It comes in 3 colors, gray, light brown, and dark brown. So there's no black, but yeah, it's wonderful. And then lips. Oh God, I know there isn't enough room on my memory card to talk about all of this. L'Oreal Pro Last. These are amazing. I love them so much. I have Flamboyant Flamingo on today, which is the first time you've seen that one. I have 8 shades of these now, and they're expensive, and I have to stop buying these because they're expensive. But I've talked about these a lot recently in detail, so I'm not gonna say any more about it. You know, watch some of my recent videos if you want more detail. These are incredible. I love them so much. I also really like Lime Crime Velveteens. I only have 1 shade because they're 20 bucks a piece, but I love this. I've talked about this a lot too. Something a little less expensive that's very similar to that is the Sephora Cream Lip Stains. These are wonderful as well. Talked a lot about these. Even less expensive, but a different type of product, but I also love it, is the NYX Soft Matte Lip Creams. These are wonderful. Check them out if you haven't. Very inexpensive at, you know, any place that sells NYX. And last but certainly not least, when it comes to more of a traditional type lipstick, the ColourPop lipsticks are incredible. I have 5. I want more. They're incredible. The lip pencils that go with these, best lip pencil ever. Again, they're 5 bucks. They come in a million different shades. You can use them with all your other lip products. Incredible. And last but certainly not least, I know fragrance is a very personal thing, but for me this year, I can't believe I finally got the Elizabeth and James Nirvana in black and white because I mixed them together. This is my one and only fragrance. All my other perfumes are extremely jealous because I never use them anymore. This is all I want to use. This is my signature fragrance now, and I can't imagine ever getting sick of that because I love it. I've talked about that more in other videos, but like I said, fragrance is a very personal thing, so you know, wear what you think smells good. All right, that's it, you guys. I know my memory card's gonna cut. Like I said, I know my memory card's gonna cut out any second now, so goodbye.